Yo, 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 what's up, people? Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing today, man? It's me, Ben the Messenger, man. I'm on here with another video today. I'm on here with another video. Title of this video right here is gonna be one thing I can't stand is a bully. I'm pretty sure it's some of you that can relate to what I'm gonna talk about, but one thing I can't stand is bullies. I can't stand bullies, man. I can't stand them. I I despise them with a passion. I can't stand bullies. I can't. Bullying can come in all different type of forms. Most of the time when they think about bullying, I know sometimes people think about people physically assaulting somebody, physically picking on somebody, a bigger, stronger person physically dominating or physically messing with or assaulting someone that's smaller and weaker. But that's not just the only form of bullying. It's other types of bullying, you know. Physical, the first one, physically, verbal, people picking on you, name calling you, messing with you, calling you names all the time. It's physical bullying, verbal bullying, and it's cyber bullying, which is online, on the internet, stuff like that. But either way, bullies are weak. These are weak-minded people. A lot of times, people become bullies because they were bullied themselves. They were bullied themselves. They were bullied themselves. Maybe when they were coming up as a kid, people bullied them. They were probably bullied, and when they got older, when they got bigger, they became a bully themselves. This can be with kids. It's bullying as a children. Maybe some of you, maybe all of us at one point in our lives were maybe picked on when we were coming up as kids. I know me, I was bullied when I was coming up. You know, um, you know what I'm saying? I didn't fit in with a lot of kids my age. I didn't. I was always different. I always stood out like a sore thumb. And people used to bother me and pick with me a lot. And used to mess with me in school and high school. That's why I stayed getting in trouble so much. And I used to cut up and act out, but because folks used to bother me and mess with me. And it happens a lot, man. Bullies are they're weak and they're cowards because they pick with people who they know that don't pose a threat. They pick with people who they know that they can physically, verbally, mentally, and emotionally dominate, especially the physical part. You know, you would have a dude, say he's probably about 6'2", 200 pounds, picking on another guy who's probably about 5'5", 5'4", probably weigh 140 pounds, probably weigh 150 pounds, soaking wet. And size ain't always got nothing to do with it, of course, because it ain't always about the size of a person. It's about the heart and the mindset and the will to fight and knowing how to use your fist. But you have a lot of them, man, that they like to pick with people who they know that's not gonna defend themselves, or who they know that can't defend themselves, who they know that can't beat them, who they know that don't pose a threat. But then when it comes to somebody else that calls them out, that's they same size, they same height, they same weight, they same age, and they got the same abilities that they do, they don't want no smoke. That's weak. That's cowardly. Because if you really that man, or if you really that woman, if you really truly about that life, like a lot of people try to act and portray themselves to be, you'll go up against anybody. See, people, bullies especially, Bullies know who to try, and bullies know who to play with, and bullies know who not to play with. You feel me? See, bullies have a lot of mouth, and some of you may have gone through this as a kid. Kids go through this in school, in elementary, middle school, high school, sometimes in college, even as a young adult, and even as an older adult in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s. You know what I'm saying? In the workforce, in the workplace, bullying goes on in the workforce, in the workplace also with coworkers. Some of you may have coworkers that try to bully you. Some of you may have uh, managers, bosses, supervisors that try to bully you also. Oh yeah, bullying don't just stop, when you're a kid, and it don't just go on while you're a kid and stop when you become grown. No, bullying goes into adulthood also. As an adult, trying to bully you as a grown person. Yeah, other grown people will try to bully you. One thing about it, man, people will only do what you allow them to do. Stand up for yourself. Violence is not violence. I'm gonna say this right now. Violence is not always the way to solve every problem. But if you can, if but try to de-escalate. Try to de-escalate if you can, and if you got the option, always walk away. That's the first step. Walk away from it. Walk away from it. Avoid it at all costs. Because it's really not worth getting into a fight, man. Nowadays, people sue you. People take you to court. You do jail time. You can do prison time. It ain't worth it, man. It's really not worth it. Best thing is to just walk away from it if you can. Ain't nothing wrong with walking away. I've talked about this in my older videos. There's nothing wrong with walking away. Walking away don't make you weak. It don't make you a coward. It don't make you a punk or anything like that. It takes a strong person to walk away. Always remember that, people. You know, um, takes a strong person to walk away from a fight, from an argument, because it's work, because it's pointless. As long as that person don't touch you. If that person touch you, defend yourself by any means necessary. Do what you got to do. Don't ever let nobody put their hands on you. Don't ever. Defending yourself don't make you violent. It don't make you a ferocious, vicious person. You just not gonna tolerate no disrespect, and you just gonna stand up for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. But people just talking, running off at their mouth, just saying stuff. Ignore that. Let them talk. And bullies, man, bullies are cowards. They're sissies because they know who to pick with. They know who to mess with. They always mess with people who's weaker than them, who's smaller than them, and who they can, and who they can. They do this type of stuff to people who they know that they can exploit their size and strength upon, because they'll never do this to someone who's on their same level, because they know they'll get their head cracked. They know it. Let me tell you, man. People know who to try. People know who to mess with. Trust me. Because if you really about that life, you'll challenge everybody. So you know, and besides, man, bullies are insecure. They're really insecure people. They're insecure. They're miserable, and bullies love power. It gives them power, picking on weaker, smaller people, or picking on a person that can't defend themselves, or a person that doesn't want to fight them. Bullies love power. Bullies love control, and they get pleasure out of hurting other people. But that's weak. That's cowardness. And this go for uh, all genders and all races, man and woman, white and black and Hispanic. It don't matter. If you're a bully, you're a coward, you're a punk, and you deserve what you got coming for you. And eventually, your day is coming because every dog has his day. Because one day you're gonna mess with the wrong person, and somebody gonna break your face and break your jaw, and you'll be sucking food through a straw. And somebody gonna put you on a liquid diet. Stuff like that is not cool. You know, and it ain't just the physical. Like it ain't just the physical abuse. It ain't just the physical abuse. It's the verbal, picking with people, just teasing people, calling people names, calling a person names, and they're ignoring you, and they're not bothering you, and you just bothering them. People that do stuff like this, I can't stand stuff like that. I've dealt with that myself. I can't stand that type of stuff. Like pick with somebody that's on your level. Pick with somebody that's on your level, man. You know, don't mess with nobody that don't want to. That's not willing to defend themselves. You don't get no kudo points for doing stuff like that. You don't get no. It don't make you look tough, and it don't make you look hard. It makes you look soft, and it makes you look like a punk because that's what you are. And I'm saying this to all the bullies out there. This is for every bully, all the grown up bullies out there that like to mess with people and pick fights with people. Your day coming. Your day coming, your time coming. Where you bother the wrong person and somebody gonna hurt you very badly. Or they might take you up out of here. Every dog has his day. I don't care how tough, how big, how strong, how bad you think you are, how skilled, how smart you think you are. There's always somebody that's meaner, tougher, stronger, faster, smarter, more technical, more skilled, more calculated than you are, and willing to take it to that level, willing to take it to whatever level you willing to take it to, and don't care just like you, and on the same type of time that you on. So, man, you know, people just need to quit bothering people, and people just need to just learn to have respect. Somebody call me. Hold on, yeah, sorry about that. Hold on one second. But I just want to come on here and say that if anyone liked this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave and share a comment down below, and let me know y'all thoughts on this video. Until then, man, y'all take care. Peace out, YouTube. Been the messenger, and I appreciate everyone who watches and who supports my channel. Until then, I'll see y'all some other time. Peace out.